Hey, good morning. It's Sunday, June 18th, and we're gathered here to solve the Sunday New York Times crossword. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you had a good week and weekend and all that stuff. Today's puzzle is constructed by Joe DiPietro. Seems vaguely familiar, but can't say that I really know what Joe's all about. Quick note about yesterday's puzzle. I thought it was like crazy hard. I really struggled, and I probably spent 30 minutes before I threw in the towel. And when I did, I did the reveal, and like a lot of my fill was wrong. Thought it was a really tough puzzle with way too much trivia, and I don't know. Saturdays I'm looking for a tough one, and I thought yesterday was just a little bit too tough. It put me in a sour mood, so I figured maybe I'd try to do a Sunday live solve. Sundays, as you may or may not know, I don't always do a Sunday live solve because the large grid makes it really tough to find your errors when you come up short at the end. But today we're not going to make any errors, and so it'll be fine. And we've got a title, My 2 Cents. So I'm guessing this will be a themed puzzle, and that 2 cents is going to have is going to inform us to the theme in some way. Lamented. Anyways, hope you had a good week. Hope you had a good weekend. Like it, subscribe it. Let's solve it. Lamented is probably rude. City Field mascot is the NY Met. Ray in Warm Waters is a manta ray. Scotland's is this like Isle of Arran. Could also be like Loch of Arran. OMG, quaintly. What's the use? What's the difference? What's the matter? What's the dealio? Be of service to, like avail. Capital is that name. I have no idea. It's obvious the actors aren't doing these stunts. So there's our first themer. Don't know what's going on. Probably going to need some crossers to inform here. Hares and rabbits are really the same animal, some say. So probably I'm going to need a lot of help to figure out these themes. Rick's last name in Casablanca, Rick Bogart. I feel like is it? I don't know. Fight, like a melee, battle. This is Magoo, Mr. Magoo. Natives of the Negev. It's probably going to end in S, right? Scooping, since this must be Edie's ice cream. Total kvetch. Not sure what kvetch means. It's Yiddish. That's all I got. Ray Liotta, R.I.P. His last movie, Cocaine Bear, recently premiered, and so I believe the last movie he was in before he passed away. But Ray Liotta will always be from Goodfellas. That's how we know him. Henry Hill. Takedown, like I feel like that could be broad. Sound effect when the Stooges whapped each other, like nyuk. It's like nyuk, nyuk. Yeah, and this would be like engineers. Maybe, I don't know. Having serial success. Y as in Yucatan. So that's and. Word and in Spanish. Overture follower is act one, like in an opera or something. A bid's counterpart in stock trading. Bid. Uh. Waiter, you can hold off bringing the coffee till the end of the meal. Make difficult to find, like hide, camouflage, wide-eyed, like agog. 11th century founder of scholasticism. Shares on Twitter. It's not like DMs. It's retweets, like RTs, maybe. Musk's position at Twitter is CEO. Wait, right? I would have two answers, two-part answer. Simu Liu, a barrack bed is a cot. Alas, yes. Like sadly it is. Sadly, I am uh, clipped. Lead in to save. Wool will keep you the warmest. They're never free of charge. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much in French. Like some confrontations. Red snapper is. Wait, it's not ahi. It's red snapper. Sports org in a 1976 merger. Is that the AFL, the American Football League? Religion with circled pentagrams. Smoked eel. Famed giant slugger Mel Ott. Easton something. A little more country than that. I have no idea who that is. Human potential. It's like an ovum, like a egg. You stay here. Like algo. I'm just gonna give up on these themers until we've got something to help me figure it out. Some crossers. Artist who was part of Dare Blue Reater. So that's like the blue era, right? But I don't know who was in the blue era. Art Deco. Hi and Lois. Comic strip, I don't know. Joan. It's like Didier. Unicycle. I'm gonna say that's Joan Didier. Didier. CNET tech product stuff. Fess own up. One moving left to right. I don't know why the first thing that came to mind was chess, but I guess there's no chess pieces that only go left to right. A sidler, like a crab. Sidler. Lots have lots of them. Smiling as members of an audience. Banjo sounds like twangs. Hot stuff. First name in Casablanca. Well, we've already had Rick, so this is going to have to be Elsa. Or is it Ilsa? Elsa? Elsa. It's LSA. I don't know what the first one is. Lauren Michaels. I've been watching recently this, what's it called? The Other Two, which is a Lauren Michaels thing on HBO. It's pretty good. It reminds me of Schitt's Creek. Lauren Michaels, prolific guy. Senescence. Too many to list. Like et al. Does in the forest. Like deer. Windblown soil. And this is good. I mean, the first way you're going to read this is does in the forest. And you're like, what do you do in the forest? But I'm pretty sure that's does as in deer. What? Something. Square something. All right. So first pass, 8 minutes. Not great, but we've got enough stuff filled in so that if we have a good down pass here, I should be able to crack the theme on my next acrosses. Joined tightly. I lift. I mean, it feels like an ego boost is like the thing that I lift. Ego boost. That would mean Rude and Yuck are both wrong, though. Crooner in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. Boy, and I was thinking Neil Young, but this is Paul Anka, isn't it? Paul Anka. Ah. So back to the drawing board. I'm gonna say this is Ego Boost, and say this could easily be wrong now. Paul Anka. Lamented, like wept. OMG, egad. I recently listened to an episode of Smartless, which is one of the best podcasts available. And they interviewed Paul Anka because he's the father-in-law of Jason Bateman, randomly, who's one of the hosts. And it was one of the most interesting episodes I've heard. Join tightly. Could this be wed? It's obvious these actors aren't doing these stunts. Like something about double, like stunt double. So like wed and wept. Oh yeah, TD Bank. I grew up in Boston, and we grew up with the Boston Garden, and then it was the Fleet Center and the whatever, and now it's the TD Bank North Garden, and it's just. Anyways, obviously in Boston, you still refer to it as the Garden. A court figure with a renowned temper. Court figure. Oh, is this like McEnroe? Oh, it's Mr. Met is the name of the mascot. And this is John McEnroe, a tennis court figure with a temper. And this has to be double, right? Many people lie on their dating profiles. Yep. And this must be Blaine? Rick Blaine? Sounds like a wrestler. Merit, like merit. Like rate. Big Apple Subway is MTA. Mark said to be taken upon marriage. Take the plunge. So far, these downs are treating me well, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to crack this theme. What's the catch? Is this double take? I'm gonna say this is double take. Rate, echo, fight, oppose. Stop is a vast. Hold people's handles are name tags. Draw is a tie. Secondary characters in gamer speak. Alts. Hares and rabbits are really the same animal, some say. Game. Skimmer over a frozen lake, like an ice. Chad. It feels like a place that might be in Chad. And this is an ice. Skimmer over frozen lake. Ice. It's not a skate, which is what I wanted it to be. Fail electrically. Like shock. Pianist Downs. No idea. Journey to Mecca is like a Hajj. Game theory. This must be alts. Ice something. Fail electrically, like short circuit. And Lara Downs. Who lives what is Negev? That's a desert, right? I think this is Hajj. Oh, jot down. So it's got to be Hajj. Ice boat. Sabers. Sabras. There we go. Internet speed test signal is a ping. Total kvetch is a moaner. Bonk, like bonk. Boy. Resident of Westwood, Brentwood, or Hollywood is an Angelino, Los Angelino. A controversial organization that filed for bankruptcy is serial success on a run. Is the National Endowment of the Arts. Are they controversial? Part of GPA is average. Nonstop Jokester is a riot. Place to Talk Turkey is a deli. Glinda's reassurance to Dorothy on whether her dog can also. Toto. It's got to be Toto. Toto can? No, because can is in the clue. Toto may. With 44 down, not subject to change. Set in stone. This waiter, you can hold off on bringing the coffee till the end of the meal. Serving suggestion. SMU is a school in Dallas. My buddy Will Parkhouse went to SMU. Odd choice, but that's where he went. So shout out Will. Here. Toto, whatever. The Iron Sheik. What an odd time, right? That the Iron Sheik was a wrestling bad guy. Can't really do stuff like that these days. A capital on the Willamette River. I think this is Salem. Salem. Anselm. Take weapons from unarmed. Difficult to find, like stash. And scans. I gotta say, I thought this was gonna the theme would be harder to kind of get. All these are pretty like gettable even without cracking the theme. Just like they're just a little bit punny, and I don't know, they're common enough phrases that it's easy to crack them. This is an ode, a line of dedication. It's supposed to be Tesla. Impassive. This is terse. So, and is this stoic? Stoic. Could it also be stayed? Stayed, stoic? I don't know. This is afraid so. Alas, yes. Somewhat off. A bit odd. I mean, like that shouldn't have clicked so fast, but I don't know. Just I looked at it and it just was there. A kid's buoyancy aid is like a floaty in the swimming pool. This wool will keep you the warmest blanket. Something. Developed and finished naturally. An ion is ever free of charge. Red snapper is. Developed and finished naturally. One of the leewards. So maybe this is not blanket. This is resource mined in Minecraft is ore. Set in stone. Ring-shaped reef is an atoll. What is this? Auto save. Physicist Schrodinger. So he's the guy who did Schrodinger's cat, right? Like it's both alive and dead until you open the box. I don't get it. Pretty existential. Including on an email thread CCing. There's this blanket recommendation. Blanket recommendation. Stoic. Developed and finished naturally. Ran ran the course. Like, what's this? Must be wrong. Saint Martin. Eric Schrodinger. This must be Wicca. Erwin Schrodinger. Dennis's sister is Dee. Great show. And what a run. I think they're on like season like 16 or 18 or something crazy. Confrontations toe to toe. And what is this? Toto 2. Oh, Toto 2. Had dinner at home, ate in a big diamond. Strong link. Is that like a yoke? Those could be like the ABA merging with the NBA. ABA? I'm going to say that's what it is. Strong link is a bind. Curve cutter for carpenters. Passionate is avid. What might get pumped up for a race? Like a something tire. Is it a bike tire? It was like Seidler's wrong. Bike tire. It's mine in Italy. I don't know. Prominent figure in the O.J. Simpson murder trial is... Boy, that's been a minute. Lance Ito. Lance Ito is the judge. Vehicle with lower emissions. And this is one, if you didn't live through the O.J. Simpson trial, like I can't imagine. He's kind of like Anthony Fauci, where it's like if you didn't live through the pandemic and decades from now someone referenced Anthony Fauci, be like, who are you talking about? Lance Ito, like, either you were inundated, just constantly hearing his name, or else you'd have no idea. Vehicle with lower emissions is a green car. Opts for what you can't make a silk purse. What you can't make a silk purse out of, proverbially. More than binge watch, like it's like OD on. Never heard that as related to television, but seems like that might be it. In the limelight. What do we got here? Being contrarian is fun. Had a cow. Calved. Corn Belt is Nebraska. Four-time gold medalist in the 36. Oh, Jesse Owens. I was like 36 Olympics. That's crazy. Who would know that? But Jesse Owens in the 36 Olympics, facing off against Adolf Hitler and the whole thing. What a world. What is this? One moving left to right. Features of some bookstores. Keeper of the Peas. Huh? Oh, a pod. Something rock. Hard rock? No. Because it's going to have either an I or an E. Infiltrator is a mole. Small Valley is a dale or a vale. Dale. Stretched out yarn is a saga. Long story. Hot stuff is stolen. Certain email folder is sent. Could also be like spam. What a party. John for Cleese. What? John for Cleese. I mean, I know John Cleese. PX clientele. What is this? Sage advice? Yeah. Sage advice. Beef alternative in burgers is elk. I live in a place where elk is a thing. A total kvetch is that a moaner? Like, who goes to MIT Sloan? Is that a business school? Is it MBAs? Bid, ask. I'm going to say this is MBAs. I mean, moaner, bonk, ask, stash. Those all seem to work. Red snapper. um, I'm not sure. Easton Corbin? Is that right? Because this could be ace of diamonds, and this would be St. Martin then. Strong link is a bond. Being contrarian is fun. Different, no. Dissent in dissenting opinion. One moving left to right, a neoconservative. Hoping saw? Must be. And smiling as members of an audience. Amused. What do you mean it's the pits? It's the best part of the apple. A core, acid rock, core, ran its course. Sow's ear. Oh, core belief. Senescence is, what do I got here? Small Valley is a dell, not a dale, a dell. John for Cleese is a loo, like what John Cleese, a Brit, would call a bathroom. Los, what a waste in the limelight. On stage. Was Didion right? Uh-oh. Hopefully. And oh boy. So here's my nightmare: is we finished the puzzle and something's wrong. Aging, senescence must be aging, right? And GIs shop at a PX. Oh God. Well, let's look for our mistake. Wept, Mr. Manta Ray, Isle of Arran, Egad, Catch, Avail, Chad, Double Take, Game Theory, Blaine. It's got to be. Oppose, Sabra's, Moaner. Like, a total catch has to be a Moaner. MIT Sloan. Like MDA, like donk, like conk. I mean, it's got to be MBAs, right? On a run and act one, ask, serving suggestion, stash, agog, Anselm, retweet, CEO, Tesla, Lou, Cot, afraid so, terse, auto, blanket, recommendation, ions, merci, toe to toe, tie, a bit odd. ABA, Wicca, eel, ot, Corbin. This is just terrible. What is this? Dick Brown? Strong link? I mean, D.I.K. Brown. I don't know. That doesn't ring any bells. What is this? Avid, unicycle. Is it Didion? It's not like some other Didion. Net own neoconservative spaces amused. Core belief. Sage advice. Elsa, Lauren Michaels, aging. Square's a dork. Yeah. Paul Anka, TD Bank, McEnroe. Ice boat. Like, what is an ice boat? My God. It's like a hovercraft on ice. Short circuit. Lara Downs. Oh, I didn't know the NRA filed for bankruptcy. That's interesting. Average Riot, Delhi, Toto 2, In Stone, Chic, Salem, Unarm, SMU, Scans, Ode, Stoic, A Bit Odd, Floaty, Ran Its Course, St. Martin, or like everything looks pretty good. Um, this is brutal. This is a coping saw, like a, could be a thing. Avid tire unicycle. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Well, I really don't know. But we've been doing this for a half an hour already. Kind of a bummer. If I were doing this on my own, I would probably spend the rest of my day looking for this error and come back to it, in a couple hours. Um, my guess is it might be something in here, but like I don't. Does MIT have a business school? Seems like they might, and if they did, it would have a separate name like MIT Sloan. Um, but I don't know. And there's enough stuff in here that could be wrong. Like it's like Rick Blaine. Like, is that right, Rick Blaine? But what else could it be? Anyways, though, I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't have all day to do this crossword puzzle. Uh, very disappointed. Sunday, I hate you. You're very frustrating to me. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the puzzle, or I guess check. I should check. Wow. Didion. Bah. Really frustrating. One letter. I kind of knew. I mean, I already knew Joan Didion was wrong because I had Didier with an R. Yuck. Pretty frustrated to spend a half an hour making a video out of this solve and then coming up that short. Hopefully, you guys are mocking me because I deserve it. Uh, Overall, I thought this was a pretty good puzzle, though. I mean, for Sunday, it had a nice light theme that wasn't overly thought out and overwrought and, just like made it a slog. This was actually like a pretty smooth solve. It took a while, which is good on a Sunday. I'm glad to see, some tricky fill. There was some stuff, coping saw, like, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of a coping saw. So that's tough. And some names I mentioned, like Rick Blaine, one that if you've seen Casablanca a million times, that's probably really, really easy. But I've seen that maybe once, long time ago. Anselm, is that Saint Anselm, I guess, right? Which is interesting because, like, wouldn't you know him as Saint Anselm? And then we've also got Saint Martin in here, which, despite not having the Saint here, kind of makes it feel slightly redundant. Sabras, I mostly know that because of hummus, Sabra hummus. I don't know. Echo, another tough proper name. Paul Anka, TD Bank. pretty trivia heavy, like the Iron Sheik. If you didn't live through that era of WWF, it's not even the WWF anymore. That's not even what we call it anymore. Same thing with the ABA. Like, for younger people, that might be really tough. And the NBA has never been the NBA has never been stronger, but the ABA feels like a million years ago. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. I know I say that like all the time. Really common expression in 2023 about silk purses and sow's ears. My God. Anyways, trying to think if there's anything else I really need to talk about here. I'm sad and frustrated that I failed you on this beautiful Sunday, and what a bummer. NBA's CEO. I feel like there's a lot of that kind of letter fill. Now I'm struggling to find any of it. Dick Brown, like, come on. And again, like, that's one of those, if you read the comics all the time, you probably had that locked and loaded. You were just ready to go. Joan Didion. Like, I guess I should find out what Joan's all about. Slouching towards Bethlehem. I don't know. Lance Ito. I mean, I already went through that. Like, if you didn't live through it, how would you know? Dee from It's Always Sunny. If you've not seen that show, how would you know? There's a lot of stuff that's just like impossible to parse here. Either you know it or you don't. And I think ultimately that's why I gave up without trying harder to find that error. It's like Easton Corbin, like, I don't know. That seemed to fit. So there were so many places, ARP for the blue period. There's just so many things that's like, well, if I have that wrong, I'm never going to find it, right? Either it's right or it's wrong, and it's out of my hands at this point. Anyways, that's why we don't do a lot of Sunday live solves. I hope you won't judge me too harshly for that. But managed to squeeze in 2 solves this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Let me know you liked it. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel and you've made it 40 minutes into this video, please subscribe. That's awesome. My summer really kicks off this week. The amphitheater that I manage, this is our first full week of programming. So I've got concerts on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and then 5 days a week the rest of the summer pretty much. So still going to do my best to get one of these up a week, and hopefully sometimes I'll be able to still do 2, but TBD, we'll see. And hopefully I'll never have to fail you like this again with, revealing my mistakes. What a bummer, real letdown, but I'm not going to let it get me down too much. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday, and I hope you do too. But as always, thanks for joining me here for a live solve of the New York Times, and I hope you join me again next time when we solve it again. Thanks. Bye.